Um, so I wanted to do another quick video of yet another video of chin mounting your action camera on your motorcycle helmet. Before you do a search on the internet, you'll find lots and lots of people who have put up lots and lots of ways of doing it. This one is already done, and I got the idea from Motornosity. I'll put up the link in the description. But this is for, I just wanted to say this specifically for this cam, the M20, sjcam M20, which is new in the market, and especially for the Indian conditions, because not everything is available easily. Eventually everything becomes available, but initially not everything is available. So chin mounting. Why? I don't like the idea of mounting it on the sides or mounting it on top. The problem, and I won't get into that, everybody has their preferences, and if this video would be relevant to you if these are the following parameters that you need to meet. One is your helmet. Let me just quickly remove this. Wow, it's tight. Okay. So a couple of things. Number one, if your helmet does not have enough space here under the if it has a knob to open close the ventilation like mine does, and it does not leave enough space for here to put a curved mount, or the curvature is too much, like in my case the curvature is, it's like a sharp thing, you can't put it here. So you can't stick something here and then have something, the action camera in front of it. The second thing is the second thing is, so the important part is when you're actually riding, right? What I realized, and I made this mistake when I actually put up this mount here. If I put this back in, the first thing, so the important part is you need, in order to be able to chin mount, right, there are a couple of things that you absolutely need. One is you need this distance, so that you can adjust. So when you're riding, the camera will not stay straight, because if you do that, you're going to end up capturing everything low, because your head is actually, when you're riding, right, this part is facing forward, so this is almost like this. So this is the angle at which you'll be riding the bike. If you're riding a cruiser, it'll be more relaxed, something like this, a Bullet or a Thunderbird or something like that, one of those. If you're riding any sports tourer or a full-on sports bike, your angle of helmet would be like this, and at that point, if this is straight, you're going to capture only the speedometer and your handlebars and nothing else. So for that, you need this space to angle it in a manner that adjusts it based on the tilt of the helmet when you're riding, and you'll have to decide that for your bike and helmet and riding position. But the basic idea is you need this place, you need this space to play around with, otherwise you'll not get a good view. So for that, you need to be able to offset the action camera by a fairly large amount. The second thing is, if this side, depending on where you put this side mount, the closer it is to the center, the closer it is to the middle, the easier it will be to bring it right on the center line. But in my case, I could only mount it here, and you also need to then offset so much, or depending on your camera, an amount, in order to bring the camera to the center line. Apart from that, a couple of things. You need to be able to adjust it up and down, obviously. You need to be able to do that, obviously. I explained that. You also need to be able to do this so that you can point it correctly. So you need to be able to do this, right? And you also need to be able to do this. So this should be adjustable like this as well, right? And anyway, all these will come automatically based on the way that I have done. Now, when you buy the M20, yeah, another important consideration for this, I need to show you. When you put your helmet down, right? So supposing this is on the level ground, the base of whatever you have, whatever mount you have, should be higher than this. Otherwise, every time you keep your helmet down, this thing is going to hit the surface, and it'll keep pushing it up, or the helmet will not rest properly. So you have to remember that. So it's like this. It needs to be above the line of the bottom, the baseline of the helmet. So that said, when you buy the sjcam M20, you get a whole bunch of accessory attachments, straps, mounts, tripod mounts. So you get these. So let me take this one out. So along with the camera, you get these links, right? And basically there are two parameters to that. One is how long they are. So there is a long one and there is a short link. And the second is change of direction. So there are links that, like this example, for example, here it goes in like this, right? If these are the teeth, it goes in like this. While on the opposite side, it's no longer like this, right? It is twisted, it is rotated 90 degrees. So this causes a rotational 90-degree rotation. And the link, so basically these are the two things. It can be either long and short, and it can either be straight, where both sides are in the same orientation, both ends are in the same orientation, or they are rotated by 90 degrees. Now, with this box, the one that you buy, you get 3 of these links. One is a short straight link, second is a short 90-degree link, and the third is a long 90-degree link. So as you can see, I have a long 90-degree link, then I have a short 90-degree link. These two combined end up making a long straight link, because the beginning and the end are in the same orientation. And then now at this point, right, you have exhausted 2 of the links, right? Both of the 90-degree links, 90-degree rotational links are exhausted. All you're left with is one short straight link, and that is not enough to achieve this. So this orientation cannot be achieved with just this box. Okay, and I realized that, and I had to go and pick up another kit, an older sjcam. Actually, it's not an sjcam; it's a generic kit of links and various other attachments, and it has a whole bunch of things. The ones that I needed were the long 90-degree link, and another long 90-degree link, and another short 90-degree link. So there are 4 links in all, 2 long and 2 short. And between this, I get all kinds of flexibility to adjust this. Okay, of course it costs, but it gives you the flexibility. Having said that, once you have that, the other thing I did was I replaced the thumb screws with regular screws. Go to any shop that sells screws and nuts and bolts, and carry a couple of links and see which one fits. The thread has to match, the thread pitch has to match, and obviously the diameter bolt has to match. And once you find those, you can, I found long ones, and then I cut them to the appropriate size so that they would fit and tighten this up. And that's what I did there. I left this thumb screw available so that I can remove the camera if I need to for whatever reason, or I can adjust it and tighten it down. So that's that. And this is what you do. You push it in and you are done. The advantages of doing it like this and offsetting it so much are a couple of them. One, you have access to the vent, the button, the lever that controls the vent. In my case, I have a clasp here on the visor to open and close it. It does not have a side. It does not have a side clasp or a side ledge or a hook to open it and close it. So I need to be able to access this in order to be able to open and close it. That's that. And plus, I get to center it, and also it's easy to operate because I know which button I'm pressing. Of course, you use it enough number of times and you get the feel of how many times you need to press, but it's easier when it's there, and I can just flip it in front and see the lights of whether it is recording or not, because the M20 does not, when it is in this waterproof housing, I cannot hear what it is doing, especially when you're writing, you can, and your visor is down, you can't hear what's going on. So the lights, it has a couple of lights at the back. It's two small LEDs which tell you whether the camera is on and recording. And so you can flip it, quickly look at it, and flip it back into position. And yeah, that's it. So if you want this orientation, you will not be able to achieve it with just one pack. You will have to buy a separate pack or talk to your friends and get hold of more links to do this. And that's how you mount. That's how I've mounted my. That's how I've chin mounted my sjcam. So that's it. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.